Shalom, shalom, shalom. Quick and a praise and glorification to YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. BARAK YAHAWAH, BARAK YAHAWASHI. Call name La YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. And the praise and glorification to YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. And of course, in Domar ourselves, about to be and teach you well. And the main topic of the lesson is who are all the families of the earth being blessed? That the Lord said to Abraham, and also Isaac, and also Jacob. He said to all three of them, at various periods of time. But he said to all three of them. So who are those all families of the earth being blessed? The Lord talked about. Who are the ones being blessed? Who's the seed being blessed? No, because really at the end of the day, not multiple people being blessed, multiple nations, but really just one nation, the nation of Israel. And the nation of Israel got a multitude of families and nations inside of them. Not just one nation, really just a multitude of nations in the nation of Israel. So let's first look this up. All fam should pop up. Okay. Genesis 12:3, and I'll bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curses thee, and indeed all the families of the earth shall be blessed. So again, the person may say, oh, so you said all the families of the earth, so we talk about everybody. No, actually no, because only Jake is a multitude of nations in of itself. Now, a multitude of families in of itself. Now, let's get that real quick. In Genesis 35:11, Yahweh said to him, I am power almighty, be fruitful and multiply. He's saying this to Jacob, by the way, the man Israel, a nation and a company of nations shall be of thee, and kings shall come out of thy loins. So Israel is a company of nations or families. No, that's the people that are being blessed right there. Those are the nations being blessed. Now let's show and prove that they're the ones being blessed real quick. In Isaiah 61 and 9. Yep, here you go. Isaiah 61:9. Now this, gotta start verse 8. Because this in context is talking about Israel. In fact, let's just show you that it's talking about Israel real quick. Isaiah 61:3, to appoint them unto them that mourn in Zion. So who is Zion? Zion just another name for Israel. To give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, and the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called the trees of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, that he might be glorified. So the ones that are going to be glorified are the elected nation of Israel. Really all Israel. At the end of the day, all Israel going to be blessed. Skipping on to verse 5. And the strangers shall stand and feed your flocks. So the heathen are going to be the one feeding our flocks to our land. And your sons, the alien, shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers. And ye, Israel, shall be named the priests of Yahweh. Men shall call you the ministers of our power, and ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, and in their glory shall ye boast yourselves. So we're going to be rich, and they're going to be working for us as slaves, tilling our crops, feeding our flocks. Hand labor, man. That's what these heathen are going to be doing in the kingdom, man. In complete servitude. Now let's skip down to verse 9 to the point. And start verse 8. For I, Yahweh, love judgment. I hate robbery. For burnt offering, and I will direct their work in truth. Make an everlasting covenant with them. And who's that them? This is Israel. And their seed, the Israelites, shall be known among the Gentiles, and their offspring among the people. All that see them shall acknowledge them, that they are the seed which Yahweh hath blessed. There you go. There you go. And this is talking about the kingdom of heaven. Now, if all the families of the earth, everyone in the world is blessed, then it should have said right there, it should have said, oh, well, this is the seed that everyone got blessed by. Nope. It said, let's read it again. that it's like, and their offspring, read again, and their seed shall be known among the Gentiles, and their offspring among the people. All that see them shall acknowledge them, that they are the seed which Yahweh hath blessed. So they, the Israelites, who the Lord made a covenant with, are those who are ones who are going to be blessed. And how are we going to be blessed? Because we got to be established. We're going to be royalty. We got to be the top creme de la creme, the top of the earth. The nation got to be given their seed. No, they got to give their riches and their wealth and their, themselves really too. Everything they got, they got to be given to us. And we got to rule over them because that's our blessing. And you go back to Jacob, man. The nations of the world are got to be our servants, man. And we have been preordained, the nation of Israel itself as a whole have been preordained to be the top rulers of the world, man. And there's really nothing you can do about it. You try to warp the scriptures or try to fit your, to your, perspective, I guess, is the best word for it. For your ideology, dogma, is a better word, dogma. No, but not going to happen, man, because only the truth is the truth. No, the Lord chose the nation of Israel, the nation of Yasharallah, to himself, man. He didn't choose you heathen. Get the classic real quick. Psalms 147 and 19. He shewed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He had not dealt so with any nation, so he didn't deal with any other nation besides Israel. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh. And on a side note, the Lord don't change. So the Lord said this is his people that he's chosen to himself, then this is his people. He's not going to change that fact. He's not going to add to that fact. This is his people that he's chosen for himself forever. No, but people don't like that because only the exclusive. No, it makes the Lord exclusive. No, it makes the Lord exclusive. Well, that's the thing. The Lord Yahweh is exclusive. He's how you say, picky. He has a favorites. He has likes and dislikes. So obviously he had a favorite people. He had a least favorite people, and those least favorite people is Esau, the Edomites. They're the least favorite people of the Lord, and the Lord made them for that purpose of being hated. Now you want to go deeper? The Lord made them for the whole purpose of being hated. Just to hate on them, man. That's why you don't fuck with YAHAWASHI, man, because he made people just to hate them. He made people just to beat them up, be a glorified punching bag, and to lift them up, to break their ass back down. He made people just for that, and they don't even know it. They don't even know. They sit back in their little bunkers and their private islands and shit. These elites thinking that they got it all, they good. But little do they know that only the Lord Yahweh Yahawashi is about to crack that whip so hard against their back into a literal whip by us. Now it mentioned about the covenant in Isaiah 61. So let me get this in Jeremiah 31, because this shows who's blessed. Those underneath the new covenant are obviously the one blessed. No, you're not underneath the new covenant, you're not blessed. No, because you're still going to be in this flesh, this mortal, corrupt body. Jeremiah 31. Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I'll make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt. Showing that's talking about literally Israel. Because he took them out of the land of Egypt. He didn't take the Egyptians. He didn't take Pharaoh. He didn't take the Hamites. He didn't take Japheth. He didn't take Esau. He didn't take Ishmael. He didn't take Moab. No, we took the nation of Israel out of the land of Egypt. Okay? Oh, what about the mixed multitude? They all died. Every last one of the mixed multitude died in the wilderness. You read about that in Numbers 11. So none of the heathen made it. None of the heathen, got a second chance or whatever the hell. None of that happened. All right? Ooh, man. It's hot. Spirit's hot. Now, according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant day break, showing that it's talking about us, because we're the only ones giving the covenant, and we're the only ones breaking the covenant, that we haven't, we're the only ones to have it in the first place. Although I was a husband unto them, saith Yahweh, so we broke the covenant, we're the Lord's chosen people, we're joined to the Lord. We still fuck up. But this shall be the covenant thou will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith Yahweh. I'll put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their power, and they shall be my people. So we're going to be fully joined back with the Lord. But the main point is with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Now these demons, these Christian demons try to mix it up, say, oh, well, really the Lord replaced the people. Well, no, the Lord didn't replace the people, man. Again, the Lord don't change. Malachi 3:6. For I am Yahweh, I change not. So the Lord don't change. The Lord don't lie, and the Lord don't change. No? It don't swap up. No? Like, for instance, if the Lord has a chosen people, the Lord not going to swap peoples. He's not going to swap over to the Moabites. He's not going to swap over to the Ammonites or the Ishmaelites. No, he has one particular, peculiar people to himself, which he said multiple times. No? And you want to even go further back, it really was the Adamites. The people who were of the rulership, or were underneath the rulership of Adam. People who are made at the image of the Most High. Because not everyone was made under this. That's a whole other thing as well. I keep saying that about Adam, but main point is Adam was not the first person. He was a chosen person. He was raised from the dung, the dust, or from a low estate, and given a high position. Because obviously they're not literal trees of life and trees of knowledge of good and evil. Those represent people. And the tree of life are those who are made at the image of the Most High. And the tree of knowledge of good and evil represented the other nations. The other heathen nations. Because obviously they didn't know about YAHAWASHI. Well, they didn't know the proper way of serving YAHAWASHI. They had all sorts of idols and idolatry and all that shit. And wicked, just like now. And what happened, Eve went off and went over there to them customs. And followed their gods, followed their idols. And you already know the rest. But the main point is that the Adamites, the people of the Lord during that time, the tree of life, the Adamites, those were the people back then who were of the Lord, who were chosen by the Lord. They're the same people now, which is us, the Israelites, which goes into reincarnation. Again, there's a whole topic right there. But I gave you the gist for it. The little clip notes for that whole thing. Anywho, the main point is the Lord don't change. The Lord has a select, promised people, and those are the people who the Lord blessed. Those are the people who the Lord chose. Those are the people who the Lord selected for himself. He didn't select the Hamites, the Moabites, the Ammonites, the Ishmaelites, the Japhites, the Hamites, the Canaanites, the Edomites, the Syrians, no other nation, all right? No other nation, no other tribe, no nothing. The Lord chose the Israelites. Now, Americans may say, oh, what about the mixed multitude? Those are Israelites. No. Again, this is just a baseline. This is just a baseline thing, man. This is just a baseline, man. This is just a foundation, man. This whole covenant. This whole promise. This is just a baseline, man. Everything goes off the baseline. Everything goes off the foundation. The covenants. And the Lord made with Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and to the Israelites, the people who he chose to himself. Now look at it here and close out. Hebrews 9:15. For this cause, he is a mediator of the New Testament, YAHAWASHI, for the new covenant, that by means of death, for the redemption of the transgressions that are under the first testament, so under the first covenant. Now I believe they try to bring out, oh, what about those strangers in Deuteronomy 29? Those are Israelites. get the word for stranger, and not mistaken, the word is the word gawar, which go back to gar, which basically means an Israelite foreigner, because you had Israelites who left Egypt during that time before Exodus, before the Exodus out of Egypt. You had Israelites who lived there, who went out of there before that time. And they joined up with Israel when they were going back to the Promised Land. So that's what it's talking about. We're reading again, for the redemption of the transgressions that are in the First Testament, they which are called might receive the promise of eternal inheritance. So all this is for eternal inheritance, which is what? The kingdom. So it's underneath for those underneath the first covenant, which is who? The Israelites, man. That's all for, man. It was all about the Israelites. People don't like it though, because only this selective. It cuts people off. It makes people makes people feel sad or whatever the hell. But it really don't matter, because only it's already been prescribed for the foundation of the world already. So it don't really matter what you say, what you think, what you feel. It is what it is. But Lord on the other side, calling in a praise and glorification to YAHAWASHI, HaShem QADASH, Shalom.